Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I want to come on and just spend a little time speaking of Nene Leakes. Now, everyone knows that she lost Greg not too long ago. It hasn't been that long at all to prostate cancer. Now, the reason why I wanted to come on is I want to talk about grief. There's different stages of grief, and I think Nene is in that angry stage. Now everybody handles grief differently because it's so personal. You can't tell anyone how to grieve, but I think in some months to come, I think Nene may regret some of the things that she said to Claudia and Cynthia. At least I hope so. Now, Nene was saying that the housewives got together and spent about $200 on some flowers. And Claudia took offense to that because she was saying, like, Nene, did you Google it to see how much it costs? It's like, it wasn't for you anyway. It was for Greg. And the respect that we had for Greg is not about you. I agree with that because whatever they did, and this is what Claudia said too, people didn't even have to do anything. And she said, I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing. It was because of the respect that I had for Greg. Even though the two of them did not get along, she said that Greg was always respectful. Always respectful. But the way Nene was talking, Claudia was saying, like, you better be glad that people showed up because of the things, Nene had said to different ones. Now with Cynthia was thinking everything was okay. She makes it clear they're not friends, but she'll always love Nene, um, maybe at a distance, but she'll always love her. Are they friends? She said no. No, they're not friends. But Nene was saying that Cynthia did not even come to the repast or the celebration of Greg's life. And Cynthia's response was, I couldn't come. I was in LA. And of course, things were happening there in Atlanta. But she says when her and Nene met up at the lounge, that they talked, they laughed, and she thought they were on on a good note. She left on a good note. Friends like they were before, no. But she felt good about that because she had time to spend quality time with Nene, and if she had went to the repast or the celebration, it probably wouldn't have worked out that way. When you're a loved one have passed and people are there, a lot of people, especially in Nene's case, you're trying to go around and talk to people, and people come into you. It's not a private moment. But Cynthia was liking the part that they got to be together one-on-one. So I think, and Cynthia said, after this, she's pretty much done with it. But I think Nene is wrong. A lot of people do not like Nene, but they liked Greg. He was a class act. Greg was also the voice of reason, in my opinion. So, like I said, we grieve in the way we grieve. One person may grieve one way, but you can't expect everyone to grieve the way you grieve. So Nene, stand back a little bit and just look at the situation. And I think you'll see that I don't think you should have said that about those ladies. Um, I think maybe in the upcoming months, hopefully you'll feel differently about what you said, and maybe extend an olive branch out to the ladies. Um, Apologize if you need to, but I think it was uncalled for. Sometimes it's just, I've had to do this. I've had to do this. Sometimes you have to just be silent, and even if you want to say some things, you kind of just be still for a little bit and kind of assess the situation, and then, later on you might see, whoa, I'm glad I didn't say this or do this. I'm glad I didn't say or do this. Because there's a situation with me right now. And I've locked my lips. Because I know if I said some things right now, I would end up, repenting and asking for forgiveness. So instead of having to do that, I'm just silent on the situation. And sometimes that's what you got to do, Nene. You just got to be silent. Now, I think you will change your mind about the way you felt right now, because you're still grieving. But see, you got to understand, Nene, whether you want to admit it or not, some of the people that you don't like are grieving for Greg, because they had no issues with Greg. The issue was with you. And even through their issues with you, they respected Greg and sent flowers and sent condolences and came out to see you. And then for you to go back and kind of poo-poo their efforts, I think you're wrong. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's a lesson on grief and grieving. I've had my share. Doesn't matter about the circumstances. Grieving is grieving. What hurts your heart hurts your heart. And you don't pick and choose sometimes what's going to hurt your heart. It just, when things happen, when circumstances happen, when you have issues, something trigger you, things just hurt. And the thing to do is handle it. Give people some that, and for me, the people that are offended by Nene, and like I've heard someone say, now is the time to extend some grace to Nene and realize she, in my opinion, she's wrong, but extend her some grace. And a lot of you guys probably said, forget Nene, and like her, no way. Well, it's very few people that I don't like, that I haven't met. If I haven't met you, I haven't spent time with you, it's like I don't even know you. Now, some people, by their actions, like, I don't know you and I don't want to know you, and that's that. I just kind of, turn them off. If I ever seen them on TV, I'd turn them off. And it's more so disliking their actions. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't. And make sure you listen to the entire video when you subscribe, and leave a comment, because sometimes if you don't do that, you subscribe and won't take it. YouTube will kind of unsubscribe you. And that's been happening. So anyway, thank you so much, and everyone have a great weekend.